Oppenheimer Florence Pugh scene video. Guys, have you heard about this? Oppenheimer Florence Pugh. There's apparently like a CGI dress that has been inserted into the film. We'll talk about that. Welcome to Mirror Domains Movie News, your place for entertainment headlines, where indeed we are a live news show where we talk about all the trending movie news headlines of the day, including Mission Impossible 8, Beetlejuice 2, Avatar 3, the Venice Film Festival, Toronto Film Festival. What's going on with all the strike stuff going on? Are things going to get pushed around? Indeed, for sure. But we start off today's show by talking about that topless Oppenheimer dress. Topless Florence Pugh scene in Oppenheimer, digitally censored with a CGI black dress in the Middle East and in India. Oh, okay, so it's not here in North America, thank God. The nudity that only Christopher Nolan could film has been preserved for our eyes only. So guys, what is this? This broke on our Twitter roundup last night, so here it is here. This is the scene. This is the CGI dress. Now, I saw this and I was like, well, actually, I can't really tell. I guess it sort of looks like it looks like a CGI. Well, it doesn't look like it. It looks like a normal dress. I don't know how that's going to play when you actually see it in the theater on the IMAX, because she is nude there in the movie. So it's kind of like, okay, I understand that some countries are a little bit more sensitive to the nude scene. Guys, whatever. For most people here in the North American market, we're just kind of like, okay, there it is. There's her form. I'm not complaining, but some people, I guess because of cultural sensitivity issues, they were going to be a little bit more compassionate and decided that for some countries they're censoring Oppenheimer by putting a CGI dress on Florence Pugh. Well, they probably would have to cut out one of the scenes for sure before that, because there is, well, two adults having relations in the movie. So it's kind of like, where nudity is forbidden in cinema. Is it? Is it forbidden? Where the film has a UA rating. You know what, guys? Here in North America, whatever. We're not as relaxed as, say, like the French, but it's kind of like also, it is what it is. You know that this was a rated R film going into it, so you know that. We know the rating systems, right? And if, it's not as if it's, I don't know, a totally egregious thing. I just thought it was a bit of a curiosity. So, aside from that one scene, there are other nudity scenes in this. So it's kind of like, okay, well, hey, if you got to do that just to put the film out there, does it change the context of the film? Is it vital to the plot? No. So does this change really do anything significant? Will it forever change your outcome of Oppenheimer? Will you come out of the theater saying, well, you know what, I was going to give this a 9 out of 10, but because I didn't see some of the form, I was just kind of like, well, I was going to give it a 9.4, but because, that CGI dress, it was so terrible, I have to give it an 8 out of 10. No, it's not like that. It's not a pivotal thing. It's just one of those things where it's just kind of like, okay, there it is. It really doesn't change anything. And I'm sure that there's going to be people out there saying, oh, you can't tell me what I can and cannot watch. Yeah, there's going to be those people out there, but whatever. As I said, I was a big fan of the movie. I gave it a 9.5 out of 10. And I'm still thinking about it. Still thinking about Cillian Murphy's performance in this. And Florence Pugh was also really good in this, guys. The overall cast was good in this, and that's the general consensus of most people who have seen it. So a minor thing like that. I know it's a big thing up on the Twitterverse and other social media platforms that people are trying to like show it compared to the real scene. I can't do that, guys. Obviously, I can't show you the original scene. But yeah, That's pretty much all you need to know. So that's going to be only on copies that are seen in India and in the Middle East. I'm actually surprised that anybody over there would like. This is a very North American kind of thing. I don't understand that the appeal might not be as broad over there. Like, you really want to see about our history here in North America? Like, it's kind of like, okay, well, I guess it is about the development of the atomic bomb, so it's kind of significant in our human history, right? And we're all humans. Yeah, but topless Florence Pugh scene in Oppenheimer, digitally censored with CGI. Not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. All right, guys. So as I said, we are a live news show at 10:30 a.m. Here are all my other social media handles, just in case you're watching us later on during the day. Yeah. You can sometimes see stories and longer versions of those shorts that we publish here on the channel, like with my ranked views, ranked videos and stuff like that, because we don't have to do that 60-second time frame on TikTok and Instagram. So it's kind of, that's the plus. So back into the movie news. Yeah, the writer strike and the actor strike is still going on, and it is going to affect certain things. So Poor Things is apparently going to be one of those movies. Poor Things, Emma Stone Frankenstein story gets pushed back to December. This is that Robert Eggers film. No, this is not Robert Eggers. This is Yorgos Lanthimos, right? Is that his name? I think I pronounced his name right, didn't I? Yes? No? Anyway, it's gonna premiere at the Venice Film Festival, and we'll talk about that in just a few minutes. But yeah, this is one where like Willem Dafoe plays like the Dr. Frankenstein, and he makes Emma Stone. So it's going to get pushed, huh? And she's kind of like the Frankenstein monster. The trailers for it were good. Lanthimos, yeah, Lanthimos. If you don't know who he did like The Lobster and Killing of a Sacred Deer. So, and oddly enough, he's a director up there that is like, he's maybe in my top 10 because of those two works that he's done. He's just one of those ones where it's like, oh, I want to see what this guy's doing, kind of like Robert Eggers, right? See how this? Oh, that's interesting. It's like there's the body, and then her head is another body. That's fascinating. Wow. Let's see if I can blow that up just a little bit and see the wider angle so you guys can see it. Yeah. Very fascinating poster. So this gets pushed. Well, because people say that it's because of like actors won't be able to go and promote these things, but it's not, that doesn't impact a whole bunch of movies. It was set for a theatrical release September 8th. So that's bummer. That's a bummer, man. Now it gets pushed back to December 8th. So they're hoping that hopefully the actors strike and the writers strike will get resolved by December. I don't know. Maybe they figure that September is going to be too full. I don't know. This is a smaller art house film that is not going to have wide appeal. It's going to be something like Beau is Afraid kind of thing. That kind of audience, which got people out to see it. It's just, it's not going to have like Barbie kind of an audience, right? So, Poor Things gets pushed, but it will premiere at the Venice Film Festival. So let's get into talking about that, because that apparently is going to have a star-studded lineup. Despite the strikes, full lineup. New films, Bradley Cooper, Sofia Coppola, Yorgos Lanthimos, yeah, Michael Mann. Oh, Michael Mann, all right. He was going to be doing that, wasn't that a racing movie with Brad Pitt or something? Ava DuVernay, David Fincher. All right, let's just take a look. That's mostly directors there. Yeah, because Bradley Cooper directed that movie that he's going to be in about the composer. He directed that. I guess that's the workaround, right? Directors are allowed to show up because they've completed their contract negotiations. Actors, not so much. So despite the ongoing SAG-AFTRA actors and writers strike, Venice Film Festival unveiled a star-studded and a heavy lineup on Tuesday of films that will premiere. So, yeah, let's take a look at some of these titles. Luca Guadagnino's Challengers with Zendaya. I like Zendaya, but I'm not a big fan of Luca Guadagnino. He did Bones and All last year, and I was kind of like, meh. And that was sort of like a coming of age drama as well. I don't know. I'll watch it for Zendaya. She's like one of my favorite actresses right now. Society of Snow. What else? Challengers. Yeah, we know about that. Give me the list here. Maestro is the one that Bradley Cooper directed. Yeah, Maestro, second directorial effort after A Star is Born. So Bradley Cooper directing. Okay. Ava DuVernay. Origin. Netflix title. Never even heard of it. Well, we are a movie news show, James. Maybe, well, I guess I heard of it now. A fourth Netflix film, El Conde, Pablo Larraín. Never heard of him. Sofia Coppola's Priscilla is going to be there. I'm looking forward to that, Priscilla, because it's got the girl who played in the Craft Legacy movie playing Priscilla. And she's also going to be in the upcoming Alien movie from Fade Alvarez. So I'll be looking forward to that. Adam Driver plays Enzo in Ferrari. Oh yeah, that's Michael Mann's Ferrari. It wasn't. That's not Brad Pitt's movie. I was thinking of something else different there. What is that Brad Pitt's driving movie? That one's going to be on Apple TV Plus. This one, Ferrari, Michael Mann. I do like Michael Mann. He did Heat, Miami Vice, Collateral. He's done some really good movies, guys. Him tackling a project like Ferrari, I think that's going to be cool with Adam Driver. Shailene Woodley's going to be in that. Nice. I like her. And I got nothing against Penelope Cruz. 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 All right. So, yeah, the overall gist of this is that despite the strikes and everything, they still are going to be pushing forward with these festivals. I just don't know how much acclaim they're going to get if the journalists that go there to cover it won't be able to talk to any of the actors to get quotes or anything like that. Because there won't be a press junket stage area where people come in and do their little tours of asking and telling, giving questions and stuff like that. There will be none of that. So I don't know how that's going to work. It will impact it. It's just kind of like have to watch. So when is the Venice Film Festival, James? You would think that it would be up here at the bottom of this page, or at least at the top. Let's go to the top. No, it's not saying. For God's sakes. Oh, sorry, you guys can't see that. That's fine. Venice Film. August 30th. August 30th. There you go. Thank you. And TIFF starts September 7th. So it's just right after August, September. Yeah, so you got Venice, and then you got Toronto Film Festival. And I'm going to try to go to Toronto Film Festival this year for sure. 2023 lineup includes Alexander Payne, Richard Linklater, Anna Kendrick. Oh, Andrew Kendrick's going to be there. Cool. Ethan Hawke movies. Is Anna Kendrick going to be there? That's the thing too. Is like, are they going to? Will the actors show up? You just won't be able to interview them, right? I want to go to the overnight horror movie night. I want to watch a horror movie there, and I am going to try to be vigilant in getting my tickets so that I can actually go. Special presentations, A Difficult Year, No Family, Day of Happiness, El Rapto, Ezra, Tony Goldwyn. Okay, Fingernails, is that the one that he's directing? Any horror movies? Because the horror movie is a big thing. And Monster. Pain Hustlers. That's that one. David Yates. Where they're like pill pushers or something, right? Something like that. Reptile. Pool Man. I'm looking for that big. The Beast. No, The Burial. Convert. Where's a big horror movie that jumps off the page at me? Come on. Unicorns? No. Wildcat, gala presentations. Maybe there isn't going to be a horror thing. The movie Emperor. Bummer. Wow. You think there would have been. Maybe I'm just glossing over it. Well, hey, that happens. But so you got Venice and then Toronto. I live just around the corner from Toronto, so it's not a big deal for me to go and check something out there. Hopefully this year I will make that happen. No doubt. All right. And on Yo says, who are you talking with? Well, I'm talking to myself right now, but eventually this show will go up later on and people will come in and join the live chats. Usually there's 2 or 3 people hanging around here, but it is what it is. We are early. We are at 10:30 show this week. Normally it's at 11, and actually I'm thinking about maybe moving it to like 1 o'clock next week after we come back from the break and doing a gaming session in the morning, because we're going to be starting up and doing gaming here pretty soon, as well as recording music somewhere along lines. I don't know. My schedule is going to be so full. But what else can you find here on Mirror Domains? Well, we do full movie reviews for Barbie and Oppenheimer. That's up on the channel right now. Go check those out. But we also do full movie reactions for things like Bird Box Barcelona. Very good movie. Really, really enjoyed that. And tomorrow we wrap up Secret Invasion, episode 6 tomorrow, guys. Episode 6 for Secret Invasion. I'm really looking forward to that finale. I guess I'm one of the few that is actually watching it. And then other reviews for Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning, Insidious The Red Door, and Joyride are up on the channel, including straight out of the theater reactions. And guys, if you like this kind of stuff, you like movies, you like TV shows, come join us here on Mirror Domains, and we cover it all. And we're live most of the time, so you guys can come in and join us in the live chat. Maybe it's just a slow week. Hey, it's middle of summer. People are out having barbecues and that kind of stuff, right? So, this headline caught my eye, and I thought it was a little, not disingenuous, but it was kind of like, I don't know if this is proper. San Diego Comic-Con. Comic-Con averted an apocalypse, despite 2 strikes and little Hollywood. You guys remember that Comic-Con was this last weekend? Did we get any significant news out of Comic-Con this weekend? Averted apocalypse? Nobody's been talking about it, because nothing happened. There was supposed to be a Red Sonja trailer that dropped at this Comic-Con, and where is it? Where is it? I've been refreshing my page, and I haven't even seen, like, I can't even get confirmation that it was shown to people who went there. It's like, unless you were there covering it, it was kind of like, would you say that this was a success for San Diego Comic-Con? I don't have anything to say, so I don't know why we're here, someone awkwardly said. Well, yeah, I don't know why we're here. And I don't know why you went there. Why did you go there? To be with some other sweaties talking about comic books? Fine. But traditionally it was like they would put movie trailers and stuff there. And so there would be stuff for us to cover. There just wasn't, man. I would say that it's almost becoming painfully clear that San Diego Comic-Con just is not the venue anymore. Because, yes, DCU has their own con. Disney has their own con. It's kind of like, well, there's no need for this anymore. It's fine for people who live in the San Diego area. I would say that, like, very, very little. Some TV show stuff maybe has come out. Yes, there was a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles where they showed 20 minutes of the film to people. But, like, I know that I wasn't expecting to see any of that online. But that's going to be coming out here in like 2 weeks, right? Not this Thursday, but the next Thursday, Ninja Turtles comes out. So it's kind of like, I'll see it in time. I would not call this a success because there's just no buzz. Nobody else is talking about it. No one's saying anything about it. I pity anybody who paid money to travel there from long distance just to get this. I think I would make the bold proclamation, a declaration that movie stuff at Comiccon San Diego is it's in its twilight, and it sucks because it used to be one of the biggest events of the year. Yeah, so there you go. Just a little bit bummer news, right? It happens. Everything has its cycle, I suppose, right? All right. What's this TikTok thing? Why did I put a TikTok there? Okay, because we are on other social media handles, guys. So we have to be cognizant of, like, Twitter changing to X, which is, I don't understand, but whatever. Watch out, Twitter and Threads. TikTok jumps on the text bandwagon. So TikTok is now going to be able to text. Is that true? Let me see if I can open up my my TikTok here and give you guys some confirmation about some text. Okay, so I'm hitting the plus button and text. How about that? So I can put text, type something. Huh. I don't know how that's going to work. Fascinating. YouTube needs to really hurry up and make the community tab work just like the TikTok, work just like Twitter and Threads. Get that up and running so I can search other people's community tabs for their postings, like I would for Twitter. They need to hurry up and do that because TikTok is on board with it now. They can do that. Okay. And as I said, guys, I'm waiting for Twitter to die so that we can just have one less platform. Because, like, look how many we got. We got Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Tumblr, YouTube, obviously, but Twitch. It's just too much. And they all sort of start doing the same types of things, right? Where I can share a picture. Oh, I can share a small video. I can share my text thoughts on certain things. And it's all going to become, they're all going to, well, galvanize each other. They're going to cannibalize each other, right? And then eventually people will just say, well, we're just going to stick with a certain one. And hopefully that'll happen sooner rather than later so that I can delete some of these apps on my phone, for crying out loud. X. Are you going to call Twitter X from now on? I'm not. That's whatever. Still call it Twitter. All right, let's move on. Beetlejuice 2 was in production, but it's one of those things that got shut down due to the strike and stuff. But apparently 2 props were stolen from the Beetlejuice 2 set. The Vermont State Police have announced the theft. Well, that sucks. 2 props. What were they? Apparently one of them was a statue, apparently. The police said, quote, "We tried saying the name of this stolen statue 3 times, but it didn't come back. We're investigating the theft of a 150-pound sculpture, along with a lamppost topped with a pumpkin decoration." So I guess it was a statue of Beetlejuice or something. Because they announced the name of it. That sucks. Well, guys, come on. Let them make their movie. And what are you going to do with that? It's not as if you can put it on eBay or Amazon and say, I'm selling this movie prop. And then the police will show up at your door and be like, okay, you're going to jail now. No, what would you do with it? Seriously. For God's sakes, people. Yeah, I don't understand it. Okay. Oh, it was one of these. Oh, yeah, because the mother was a sculptor and did those things. Okay. That's right. And she's going to be back in it, right? Catherine O'Hara? She's going to be back as the mother in this. So that's kind of cool. Her working with Tim Burton was just like, because she's got a really quirky sense of artistry to her, I would say. Starting off with, in those late night comedy shows, right? SCTV, I believe it was. Awesome. Working with like Martin Short and John Candy and stuff like that. She's awesome. Anyway, Will it hinder the movie's progress? I don't know. Probably not. Because, as I said, they're shut down. So even though it was stolen, and if they do recover it, they can. This is something that the prop department can make up again. It'll take time. It just sucks. Again, it's just one of those things where I scratch my head and say, guys, what are you doing? Seriously. And it probably took two of you to carry that thing away. Unless it was like hollow and made of fiberglass or something. But it was kind of like, what are you doing? What are you, 150? No, it wasn't. It wasn't light. It was 150 pounds. So it did take two of you. I was like, what the hell? For God's sakes, man. What is the world coming to? Moving on. Mission Impossible 8. Mission Impossible 8 underwater and aerial scenes rival Rogue Nation and Top Gun Maverick. Oh, there's going to be some underwater scenes again. Okay. Cool. Well, we know that Tom develops these movies around certain action and stunt sequences, right? Like him jumping into the water thing for, what was it? That was Rogue Nation, right? It was worked around that. Him holding onto the side of the airplane for the start of one of the movies. That was worked in, like, that was in his head, and he said, okay, well, how can we work that into the movie? Him doing like the halo jump kind of thing too. It's all worked in, and he would have his ideas for Dead Reckoning Part 2 all in his head right now. The thing behind it, though, is how much money as a studio you put into it. Because when we were doing the box office results there on Monday, yesterday, we saw that Mission Impossible dropped down to the 4th spot after being in the number 1 spot, and it's only 370 worldwide. Now, it is going to have more of an international market still coming in, but it's not going to be much higher for domestic totals. It's not going to make 200 million domestically. It's probably even going to have trouble making 175 domestically. So Mission Impossible, I hope it gets there internationally. I hope it gets over 700 million when it's all said and done, so that it's like, it made profit, but it just wasn't the billion-dollar film that I was hoping that it was going to be, because I really enjoyed this movie. Let's just see what the quote is for Mission 8. Tom and I are constantly reevaluating our own work and asking ourselves how we could have done it better. We've done underwater sequences previously. We've worked on underwater in Edge of Tomorrow, and we worked underwater in Rogue Nation, and we left very dissatisfied with those sequences. Really dissatisfied? Why? He held his breath for like 7 minutes or something. And we analyzed why we were dissatisfied, why were all the factors against us. The biggest being not having real knowledge in that area. Everything you're looking at in Dead Reckoning is the application of knowledge from previous experience. Okay. Well, you know what, Tom? I would go talk to James Cameron about working underwater. Because Cameron is a master at shooting underwater sequences. And you know, Tom Cruise, he's not the kind of guy that would be shy to not reach out to him if he could. Just to say, like, what could I do here to help punch this up? Or how would you deal with this kind of thing, right? And Cameron is the kind of guy that, if, like, that's his wheelhouse, he'd be kind of like, oh, hi, Tom, yeah. Oh, no problem, yeah, I'll give you some consulting. Just put my name on the on the credits somewhere. Yeah, no, but I don't know. So they wanted best some of this work that they've done for Mission 8. I just have my doubts financially how much money you should be dumping into it, because the consensus is out there in the movie pundit world, which means it'll translate to you guys because you listen to all of us, and then studios will hear us saying, guys, bring these budgets down, man. They don't have to be this high. Bring the budgets down. Bring the run times down. Yeah. Anyway, talking about James Cameron, let's talk about Avatar 3. Avatar 3 reveals a potentially pivotal scene for Spider. Yeah, we know that this guy, the guy who played Spider, he already shot a bunch of scenes for Avatar 3 and 4. So that, because he was like a young teen, right, when he did Avatar 2. So they wanted to keep his age around that time period so that they wouldn't have to use any de-aging stuff. So a lot of his work is probably finished for the film. Like Avatar 3 is done. It's all in the can. It being pushed a year was just because of visual effects reasons, I suppose. I don't understand that. But yeah, Jack Champion, who played him. Um, maybe we should watch Avatar 2. I don't know. As a full watch along. So, a revealing featurette included a home release from Avatar Way of Water grants an enticing view from much anticipated Avatar 3. The scene captures a momentous interaction between Spider and Tessera, a member. I can't remember their names, man. I don't. I just here's how I remembered their names in Avatar. Um, older son, younger son, older daughter, younger daughter. That's how I remembered them. Oh, and that's Sigourney Weaver as the daughter. That's how I don't their names. I'm sorry. Um, I know they addressed each other with their names. I just Loak. I couldn't tell. It's lost on me. I'm not that hardcore of a fan. But yeah, they shot the scenes, so good for them. I'm going to take a moment when the dust clears to assess what people loved and what they responded to the most in the current release, and I may go back and tinker a little bit, and we may go back and do a couple of moments here and there. I won't be radical, but maybe fine tune it a bit to emphasize which people are responding to what people are responding to. For example, Loak really emerged as a character that people went with, so I might find ways to now he's already the narrator. What the heck are you talking about? So he just wants to go back and tweak it a little bit? I don't know. So on a featurette from Way of Water, I guess you'll get a little bit of a glimpse as to what's going to happen to Spider in Avatar 3. And I actually like that storyline in Avatar where he was the son of the bad guy, of the military guy, the clone military guy. Yeah, that one, like all that stuff was fascinating to me. Um, yeah, yeah. All right, where we're at. Where are we at? Hit or miss headlines? I pulled this one. How this 1989 atomic bomb creation film compares to Oppenheimer. Yeah, this is Fat Man and Little Boy, right? Um, I like that movie too. It's been a while since I've seen it, but this is the one where John Cusack, where I talked about that demon orb or demon core thing came from. So it was. Uh, Paul Newman played the Matt Damon role, right? And who played Oppenheimer in that? Let me see if I can pull that up. Because I did like this. And it was taken a little bit more from the general side. It was taken more from the Paul Newman role, which we would have seen from the Matt Damon role. Instead of the Oppenheimer perspective, it was a little bit more of the military perspective, right? Dwight Schultz was Oppenheimer. And John Cusack was Michael Merriman. Okay. A really interesting cast here, huh? Laura Dern, Bonnie Bedelia, John McClane's wife. So, I did like that. Let me pull up the Oppenheimer IMDb and we'll compare this. We'll compare the cast. Okay, so Killian. Whoops, sorry. You guys can't see that. So Oppenheimer was Dwight Schultz in that movie, and Cillian Murphy was that in that one. Kitty Oppenheimer, I don't. Yeah, it was Bonnie Bedelia. Okay, so she was in that one. We should watch that one as well. Where is Fat Man and Little Boy playing? Let's see if I can find. Uh, um, Paramount movie. It's Paramount, so maybe it's on Paramount Plus. Hmm. because I would like to go back and revisit that one. I truly will. I'm just looking at my Netflix. Okay, so it's not on Netflix. Let's go over to Tubi. Sorry, you guys can't see that. Oh, not that. Whoops. No, so it's not there either. But if I can find a copy, I'd love to compare these two. I truly would. So Leslie Groves was Matt Damon, and yeah, Paul Newman was Leslie Groves there in this movie. Michael Merriman, John Cusack, he did the Demon Core. So who was Michael Merriman in this movie? I think we had trouble finding it, didn't we? When I was looking at it for my review, I almost had to cut it down. They kind of glossed over some stuff in Oppenheimer, and you would think that somewhere in here the Michael Merriman character would be. Concerned scientist comes before all that. For God's sake! So he was not in the movie. They never even mentioned him. Isn't that funny? The guy who did the Demon Core, he wasn't even mentioned in Oppenheimer. I guess it wasn't that big of a deal. But anyway, comparisons. Let's go over to this. I'm digressing. Fat Man and Little Boy, Leslie Groves story. Yeah, we talked about that. It was more about him. The Two Faces of Oppenheimer. Yeah. Time is now. Is that it? Let me see if I can find Fat Man and Little Boy's bomb explosion. See if it alters a little bit. So this is, yeah, that's Dwight Schultz. So that's Oppenheimer in Fat Man and Little Boy. That's the guy who played Oppenheimer. And this was, they were waiting for the weather, right? And they showed a lizard there. That was funny. Yeah. So they showed the lizard because that's how Godzilla got created, right? So that one is a little bit cheeky. Let's see if they show the. Oh yeah, we didn't see the cheeks going like that in Oppenheimer, did we? And that was an iconic thing, wasn't it? Yeah, but obviously the explosion effects were much better in Oppenheimer. Much better. Yeah. Now, let me see if I find it. Yeah, this scene. Like, well, why wasn't this scene in there? Yeah, so like when they're testing that orb thing, like the uranium thing where it's gonna push in and explode things, it fell, and yeah, he just grabs it and pushes it out, which gives him so much radiation that he was gonna like it killed him, right? So all these other scientists would have still been in Oppenheimer, like maybe because like remember in Oppenheimer they had like the theoretical branches and stuff, so maybe that was like we didn't see those other branches too much. But yeah, he said draw where you were standing so he could figure it out. And John Cusack played this role really well too, and it showed him dying from it in this movie, which was actually that was horrific too. We didn't see much of it. He's like, "Yeah, I'm dead." Yeah, John Cusack did that beautifully, and we didn't have that in Oppenheimer. So there are differences. That was interesting. It was worth the look. What's next for hit or miss? Five Nights at Freddy's will humanize the franchise. I don't know if humanize is the word that I want to hear from this. I want to hear demonize Freddy Fazbear. I don't know about this movie, man. What do you mean humanize? What are you talking about? From Blumhouse. Now, I have liked the trailer, so Emma is such a special person to me. We've grown so close since making the movie together. The Wind was the first for both of us, and the way that she included me in the process is just unheard from the first time writer as we've grown close. The humanity in Five Nights at Freddy's. Yeah, I don't know about that, guys. That one gives me pause. That quote. October 27th is when Five Nights at Freddy's is going to come out. I will be watching it. That one, I don't know if I like that wording. That verbiage. Associated. Humanize. Let's humanize Freddy Krueger. No. Let's humanize Jason Voorhees and show his father being abusive. No, we don't need that. Stop that. So that's my reaction to hearing humanize being associated with a horror franchise like that. All right. Keeping on with the horror stuff. I guess Witchboard remake trailer gives an early look at the Chuck Russell film, who directed Dream Warriors and The Blob. Now, I did watch this trailer. It doesn't really show that much. It does sort of reveal that this is a smaller budgeted film, which is fine. Witchboard. It's fine. If you like Dream Warriors, then you might like this. It's just it didn't do anything for me. It's kind of like, okay, there's a girl sleeping on a bed, from the director of Dream Warriors and The Mask, coming 2024. Witchboard. Emily, her fiance Christian, and a group of their friends open an organic cafe refurbishing an old carriage house in New Orleans, French Quarter. But a darkness descends over Emily when she discovers an ancient pendulum board once used to summon spirits. Christian seeks help for Emily from occult expert Alexander Baptiste. But Baptiste has secrets of his own, knowing the fateful bloodlines that binds them all to the Witchboard, a modern coven of white witches, a masked ball, and Baptiste's mansion, and the legacy of Naga Soth, the Queen of the Witches, are all part of the dangerous game that puts Emily her very soul at risk. Now, did I get any of that in this trailer? Not really. This is supposed to be Baptiste here? Yeah. Let's just go to the YouTube comments maybe and see if people are digging it. It's only 15 comments. The cinematography looks pretty good. I'm amazed how alluring they can make a girl just having a roll over and her get comfortable. Yeah, that's pretty much what the trailer is. You know, you've seen a couple shots of her in bed there. I love Jamie Bauer. Oh yeah, so the guy who played number 1, is he playing the priest? Yeah, that is him, right? Huh? I didn't notice it, and I took a shot at him there at the beginning. He was good in Stranger Things season 4 as the bad guy, so maybe he'll be good in this one. I don't know. When is this coming out? 2024, it said, right? So it's still more than a year away. That looks not so good. Okay, some kind of practical effects there. Got no problem with that. Witchboard, are you going to check that out? Oh, I don't know. Moving on. Sam Raimi, Spider-Man 4. Thomas Hayden Church talks rumors of Sam Raimi's interest for another entry with Tobey Maguire. Well, guys, if I were the studio, and after you saw that Spider-Man No Way Home made $1.7 billion, and people, once again, reacted to the film of seeing Tobey and Andrew Garfield in the movie. That's what people reacted to. That's what people responded to. You'd be crazy to say, nah, we don't need a Spider-Man 4. We don't need an Amazing Spider-Man 3. What? Guys, that's what people responded to. That's what you're not understanding, studio executives, is that you want people to respond to your movies, just like they did with Barbie and Oppenheimer. People responded to those by going out to the theater dressed in pink, by wearing the hats, wearing like mashups between Barbie and Oppenheimer, like the Oppenheimer hat. People have done that, and people responded to Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire. So I would be kind of like, at least talk about it, develop a treatment for a script, because if Sam Raimi's interested, there's one more story there you could tell that would close out his arc. Well, I guess his arc sort of cleared out, but it'd be kind of like, it would close out people's curiosities of one last time of seeing Tobey Maguire as a Spider-Man in his own movie. Right? So Thomas Hayden Church was out doing promotional work for Twisted Metal, the TV series that's going to be on Peacock, and he said, quote, "There's always been some kind of, I've heard rumors that Sam Raimi was going to do another with Tobey, and if that happens, I would probably campaign to maybe do at least a cameo." Well, yeah, of course, why not? You were more than gracious to have that. He was more just a vocal cameo in No Way Home, but he was up for it. And I liked him as Sandman. I thought he didn't get enough screen time because they tried to shoehorn Venom in there and stuff like that. It is what it is. Raimi stated, "I've come to realize that after making Doctor Strange that anything is possible. Really anything in the Marvel universe. Any team-ups? I love Tobey. I love Kirsten Dunst. It would be cool to see Kirsten Dunst come back too. I think all things are possible. I don't really have a story or plan. I don't know if Marvel would be interested in that right now. Well, it's not Marvel. It would be Sony. I don't know what their thoughts are about that. I really haven't pursued that, but it sounds beautiful. Even if it wasn't a Spider-Man movie, I'd love to work with Tobey again in a different role." Yeah. Tobey had a bit of a PR issue for a while there, because apparently behind the scenes, he's not that good of a dude. He treats other people like garbage. He's a poker player. If you saw Molly's Game with Jessica Chastain, the celebrity butthead person that was in that, because Molly's Game was based on a true life story. It was based on Tobey Maguire, like just being a butthead to people kind of thing. Like that was based on him. So he had a bit of a PR issue, but people respond. Casual movie fans don't know about all that stuff. They resonated when he showed up on screen, because everybody in the theater was clapping and cheering and going, "Wow!" when they saw him come out, right? And they would do the same if he came back too. They would. And just don't make the budget $200 million, guys. Crying out loud. Sorry to beat a dead horse, but it's got to be said until it finally gets through to people. All right, guys, it's 11:19. I think that's pretty much all I got in the can for today. I thought we would just go over the, well, soon to be extinct Twitterverse. Just take a look. Greta Gerwig's Barbie has passed $400 million worldwide. So that's going to make $1 billion, isn't it? Barbie? Imagine Barbie making $1 billion. Okay, so this hasn't been updated yet on the Box Office Mojo. But I'm not opposed to it. I liked it. I really enjoyed Barbie, guys. Surprisingly good. It had no business. The script had no business being that good, but it was. It's just shocking. Heartstopper, I don't know anything about. Barbie grossed $26.2 million yesterday, the biggest Monday ever since The Dark Knight. Really? Biggest Monday. So yeah, well, it is summer season. Yorgos Lanthimos' Poor Things delayed to December 8th. We started the show with that. Michael Mann's Ferrari. Adam Driver will premiere at Venice Film Festival. There's Adam Driver. Yeah. As playing Ferrari. Now, I do want to watch that one too, because I do like racing cars movies. I'm looking forward to Gran Turismo in 3 weeks, right? 3 weeks we get Gran Turismo, because this weekend we get the end of July, and then the week after that we get Ninja Turtles, and then Gran Turismo. Really looking forward to that. Poor Things, that kind of bums me out, because I really like the trailer for it, and I was like, Emma Stone as like a Frankenstein monster. I mean, come on. Oh, who's this? Jessica Chastain, talking about her. I do like Jessica Chastain. Memory will premiere at Venice. Okay. With Peter Sarsgaard. Cool. A love-struck couple attempt to rebuild a relationship while dealing with trauma and dementia. Ooh, dementia, huh? David Finch's The Killer. Is that what that is? I really like Fincher, but he's got to get away from doing things like Mank. Because, God, it was such a... It's like pulling teeth to try to finish that movie. Michael Fassbender's in it, Tilda Swinton. Cool. Good cast. Lacey Dover. I think Fincher was hoping that what Christopher Nolan did for Oppenheimer, he was going to try to do for Mank. The thing is, the guy's, for God's sakes, he didn't have the talent to weave that one in. And Fincher he's also a very talented dude. As I said, I like his films: The Game, Fight Club, Seven. The Scariest Movie of the Year, Talk to Me, is in theaters this Friday, guys. Yeah, and I will be seeing it. So pay attention for my straight out of the theater reaction for that one. All right, so this is just the stuff at Venice Film Festival. Maestro. Sorry if I'm glossing over things, guys. I'm running out of stuff. Hitman, Glenn Powell, Adria Arjona. Cool. The film is described as a crime comedy thriller about roleplay, romance, and the precarious pursuit of self-knowledge. Well, that's a weird word salad of things. I don't know what all this stuff is. All right. All right. Wish has been delayed. Any trailers that dropped? Let's see if there's a trailer that maybe that Red Sonja trailer has dropped. The Exorcist Believer trailer has dropped. Yeah, that was on Oppenheimer. The Exorcist movie that's going to come out, that's supposed to start the new trilogy. Directed by David Gordon Green, the guy who did Halloween Ends, the monstrosity that was Halloween Ends. And it has like the Exorcist theme in it. Like it'll play the first two notes of it, and then it finally plays the full song towards the end of the trailer. I thought it was effective, but it's kind of like, can it possibly be better than the Pope's Exorcist? Pope's Exorcist. I don't know. It's up in the air. Did you guys see the trailer? If you did, let me know in the comments below. All right. That's it. That's all I got. I was thinking about jamming for a second. Just for a quick second. Because I had this thought in my head about a song that I've been working on. And I want to... It was this one. I was thinking it's got to be a little bit more quieter for the verse, right? Yeah, there's some work that needs to be done on this song. For sure, right? What if we went? Yeah, I can do that. Well, I'll jam with that a little bit later on down the lines, I suppose. Figure it out. All right, guys, that's pretty much all I got for today. Let me know what you thought about some of these stories in the comments below, and we will talk about it. If not, join us tomorrow for Secret Invasion Episode 6 finale. And, yeah, looking forward to that. Wrap that up. Obviously, there isn't going to be a Season 2. People have been trying to petition for a Miss Marvel Season 2. Not going to happen, guys. Not going to happen. All right. See you tomorrow. You're watching me.